Park. Escort Cup 86. Centrals against Torrens, and Hodgson gets the tap away. Going through there for the Dogs was Shields, couldn't get it. And finally Trigg boots them into attack. Coming across Hank. Has a chance to swoop on the ball. Can't pick it up, does it the second attempt. Drives it back towards the half-forward line. Getting underneath the ball out there, McCarthy. Thomas thumps it away. Torrens go into attack on the outer side there. Through Economo, but it's well stopped in defence by Centrals, but he can't keep it in play. A throw in on the half-forward right flank. Cousins will go against Hodgson. Centrals kicking to the right of the screen. Torrens to your left. Out towards Trigg. He upended his own player. Economo over there with Trevor Rowe. The umpire has seen a free kick, and it's going on the half-back line to Stephen Trigg.
Stephen Trigg playing centre-half back for the Bulldogs tonight. Puts them towards half-forward. The ball fisted clear. Aerial ping-pong at the moment. Tom Hank. Enright in trouble. Unloaded. Good work, Norsworthy. Umpire's picked a free kick out. It's going the way of Norsworthy. And this is the first opportunity for the Bulldogs. Into attack as Norsworthy chips away. Not well directed. Chance for Hank. Needs support. West Torrens work it clear. Doug Cox playing centre wing for Torrens tonight. Here's a chance for the Eagles. Good tackle applied by Trigg. The umpire's paid the free kick. And Trigg will get it. It was Justin Smith who was caught. And Trigg started very well in the opening moments of this game here at Football Park. Trigg chips in short. That's not well directed. The defensive work is strong. Andrew Pays has it at centre half back. The handball to Hodgson. Hodgson chips short looking for Taylor. Chance now for the Eagles. 23 for them as David Foote picked in the centre tonight. Puts them into attack. Race for the ball close to the line. Mark Hull has it. Back in the direction of Trigg again. Thomas for the Bulldogs, flanked by Cousins. That's the way it heads, and the Bulldogs are out of trouble. The kicking towards the centre of the ground. Stephen Geyer there, burst clear, chips in short, the pass is not accepted. Lee in strongly for the Bulldogs, gets one high, and he'll take the free kick at centre half back.
Lee for the Dogs. Edges the ball out of defence. Gee, it's a shocking kick, just as well his teammate in Peter Window, having his first game for his father's old team, former Magarey medalist. Norsworthy to Cousins. Cousins pushes the ball towards the half-forward line, looking out there for Brady. The former Swan player drives the ball in long up towards O'Neill at full forward. Won't make it. Coming to meet it up there is Economo, and he's been paid the mark. With him was Coffey. Economo comes across to the grandstand side. Cox there misjudges the ball, but has the pace. A brilliant sprinter. Pays. Great sidestep. Drives the ball long, looking for Taylor on the half-forward line. Finds that player. The Eagles go into attack. In the pocket is Cox looking for it in the double play. Lindsay comes across and takes a fine mark on the half-forward left flank. Taylor wanted the ball back, but Lindsay's going to have a shot at the woodwork. Woodwork make that. He's about 40 metres out. Puts the ball in high. Coming back. Oh, it looked like it was fading away. Great goal. Torrens a goal. Central's yet to score.
Brought up their first goal. It came from the boot of Bruce Lindsay. They're into attack once more, and it's Ian Hanna with the free kick. 15-metre penalty imposed. John Roberts lurking in the square as Hanna puts it on its way. It's an enormous torpedo punt. Roberts up high, can't hold it. Close to the line, Cousins the opportunity. In fact, the boundary umpire now raises the arm and signals that there'll be a throw in right forward pocket. Eagles aided by this slight breeze here tonight. Going to the left of your screen, to the lake end of Football Park. Cousins gets the tap. Thomas gets it clear, puts it on the ground, runs his full 15 metres, sends chips in towards the centre of the ground. Here's a chance. Pittman being run down. Good work from the Eagles. Over it goes to Cox. Short kick is a good one, and fingertip control from Andrew Pays. Richly talented Pays. Into the pocket, looking for Roberts again, but he's been outmanoeuvred on this occasion, and the mark taken in defence by Mark Hull. Hull wastes no time. Cousins is loose in the square. The big fella bangs it out wide to the outer side. Rowe in there. 34 Central Districts is Peter Window, son of the former Magarey medalist. Here's a chance for the Eagles. Foot on the move. Breaks the steadies from 50 metres out. It's high to the square. Big pack of players. Cousins it was. Now Lindsay's kick one. Is this his second? Can't get back to it. Gets a push in the back, says the umpire. And he's got the free. Only 15 metres out. And a great opportunity for Bruce Lindsay to kick his second goal. There's the free. Got it too high. And Richard Cousins knew that he'd made the mistake. Bruce Lindsay has it now and should make no mistake. Almost on the point of the square. Kicks it through. His second. No touched, in fact. Well, what a terrible mistake from Bruce Lindsay. Kicked into the man of the mark and only a point resulting.
Very interesting the way that Paul Weston has lined them up. Hodgson in first ruck. Of course, the big chap, Chris Lindsay, sustained a pretty serious injury in training during the week, so he's not out here. But we've got Bruce Lindsay and Andy Pays as run-on players. That's the view from the north. Hull kicks off for the Dogs. Cox from behind punches away. Norsworthy's there but can't get the ball out. Here's a chance now for the Eagles as they go in again. McCarthy. On this occasion through McCarthy. Hull is the man in front and he'll get the free kick. Being interfered with from behind. Hull kicks to centre wing. Getting under the ball out there is Craig Brady for the Dogs. Fighting very hard for it. He's a vigorous player. Also in there was Dale Wilson for the Eagles, but they go forward again. Good punch away there, sees the ball go out of bounds. The Eagles are 1-1, Central District yet to score. That's the Cowboy. Very popular man out at Central District. Very popular indeed, as he should be. Trick with sleight of hand. Van Dommel. Good grab initially. Yes, he did have enough of it. A fine mark out there to the erstwhile ruckman. No, it's going back. What's happening? Yes, it is going back to Hodgson. Greg Hodgson thinks about playing on. Bruce Lindsay is short, but he goes long. There are dog defenders there everywhere. Nolan's in there. Can't get near the ball. Here's a go. Pays. Shoots a quick one out to Hannah. Hannah played for the free kick. The umpire was too smart to fall for that. An attempted kick off the ground. The umpire says that is to the danger and calls Hannah to play on. Normally a superb kick, but on this occasion he's banged it out of bounds on the full.
Mark Hull to take the kick back into play. Gee, the Torrens have got talent off the field as well as on the field, and I think they know they're on screen. Tom Black in the background there, sitting with the ladies while the players are out there. Tom's not stupid. Centrals get the ball out of defence. Norsworthy off the half-back line, pushes the pass out in front of Collins. He's got it centre wing to put the Dogs into attack. A nice pass. O'Neill on the lead. The big fella gets down, makes hard work of it, but takes them up. The former Port Lincoln policeman to put them right into attack. Off goes Coffey now, but he's going in short across the half-forward line. It wasn't well directed. In trouble there was O'Connor. He's been pinged for holding the ball. Quickly playing on now was Lee, and he'll push the ball into the pocket. Working hard for the ball is Shields. Tackled well, holding the ball, and the free kick goes the way of Cox. And there's the new West Torrens coach. Looking a little anxious, I might add.
Cox now sends it to the outer side. Chance for the Eagles. Hannah ran into trouble. Norsworthy on hands and knees. Foot. Good handball. The Eagles looking slick in their movement as they go towards centre half forward. Off hands. Taylor into the square. Roberts on his own. He's got it. Well, the hurry kick from Taylor. Roberts had dropped back. Made the space. And got the kick. So he's only 15 metres out. We saw Bruce Lindsay fluff one just a few moments ago from the same spot. But I wonder if Roberts will. Very experienced. He has. Oh, that's a terrible kick, John Roberts. You're a better kick than that. All the experience that you've had in football, and he's put it through for 1 point. So Torrens now 1-2. Centrals haven't scored.
It's incredible when you think about it. Two of their most experienced players, Bruce Lindsay and John Roberts, missed from virtually point-blank range. You're not too delighted about the whole deal either. Mark Hull will kick off for the Dogs. He'll come to grandstand side. Out comes the big chap, Cousins. Didn't attacked that with a great deal of authority. Greg Hodgson runs it to the line. He appeared to kick that in. No, the umpire has called it out. Cowboy loves to chew on that chewing gum. Hodgson behind Cousins. Taylor, very quick player. The umpire has indicated it was held to him, and he will bounce it. Left half forward flank. Ronnie Taylor is a speedster. He really is. He hails from Whyalla. Been a lot of good footballers from Whyalla. Norsworthy caught cold. That's the perfect tackle. I think you might have to give that away, Mark. That ball. It's definitely not yours anymore. Belongs to that man, Ron Taylor. Well, let's hope they can keep him down here all year. Ronnie Taylor, a real asset. They certainly missed him last year when he went back. That's coming back, that ball, a long, long way. Brilliant goal. Taylor's first goal. Torrens 1-2. Central 2-2, in fact. The Dogs yet to score.
Yes, Taylor's a brilliant player. He's not very consistent, but he's certainly quick, as Peter has told you, and he's quicksilver around that forward line. He's going to make life a misery for the defenders of the Dogs. Torrens kicking to the goal-kicking end we've found on both evenings. Doesn't appear to be a great deal of breeze, but they're kicking to the lake end, and they lead 2-2 to nothing.
Good start by the Eagles. Hodgson in ruck. Chance now for the Dogs. Kick forward by Pittman towards centre half forward. A lot of wrestling going on there. The free's been paid. It's going the way of the Eagles. Enright it was. Takes it to the outer side. Looking out there for Pays and finds him. Craig Batty, Swans recruit, playing at centre half forward for the Bulldogs tonight. Hasn't been in the action to date. Here's a go. 39 is Panagaris. The handball comes back in the direction of Hannah. He's got to get round one. Does that cleverly from a standing start. Kicks a long distance. That's going all the way. It has. Oh, what a great goal. Ian Hannah. Magnificent goal. His first. The Eagles 3-2. Centrals haven't scored. Great football.
Great football indeed. I tell you what, there are not many people that can do that. Virtually from a standing start. You watch him dummy around the player here in a second. He's got the ball now. One pace, and he kicked a 60-metre goal. Absolutely superb football. He's really in a class of his own in that particular area. The Eagles 3-2, the Dogs yet to score.
Yes, they've got the jump at the centre bounce. Neither got it. Trying to break his way through. Pittman slipped out a handball. Trigg knocked it back towards O'Neill. Foot got the handball out. Pays under pressure. Now they've got a chance through Smith. Whips out a long handball centre wing. The bounce favours Cobbs. Uses his pace. Whips out another handball. He'll get it back in the double play. Over the half-forward line he goes. Shoots out a pass McCarthy. Or drops it first time. He's got it. Whips a handball. Lindsay. 30 metres out. Steadies. No, he puts up a pass. Roberts. Thought he was going to have a shot. But he pulled his kick at the last moment. And he found Roberts only about 3 metres out. The Cowboy is not happy. Let's have a look at it again. Could have played on, but he chose not to. Almost put it in West Lakes, his first. The Eagles 4-2. The Dogs yet to open their score.
We'll put it down to Roberts, but it was a slick movement of Doug Cox. He started the play. Came from centre wing, grandstand side. Got it back in the 1-2. Threaded out to the outer side. And here it was. The pass went out. McCarthy looked as though he'd missed it for a moment. Then the handball went on. Lindsay lifted the eyes, saw Roberts in the square. His first, the Eagles 4-2, doing it well in this first quarter. Just over 14 minutes gone, and they lead by 26 points.
Doing it well. O'Neill is in ruck for the Dogs. Didn't get his hand to that one. Pittman's after it. Didn't get near it at all. The Eagles again. Cox is on the end of that handball, but he's done a bit of fumbling this evening. A chance now as Shields puts it out. Russell Shields, the Hawthorn recruit. The Dogs will run it down through Trigg. A fingertipper down there, but it won't be paid. Peter Collins couldn't quite pull it in, so we'll see a throw in right half forward flank for the Dogs. Well, they haven't got it down there very often, indicated by their lack of score. Of course, they're yet to score. O'Neill nudged into the back of his opponent there. Flintoff with the free kick. Recruited from Hawthorn, per the advice of Alan Jeans. Certainly plenty of discussions and negotiations going between the Cowboy and Alan Jeans. There's another Cowboy. There are Cowboys everywhere, actually. They've really got into it down at Central District with those hats. The Cowboy, you should get royalties, mate. 16 minutes into the first quarter. A great smother off the boot of Craig Brady there. Brady goes back in very hard, throws the arms out. Players everywhere, and we'll see a bounce. It's between centre and centre half forward. A pretty good crowd in too for a Saturday night. Pays against 3 players. He won't get near it. Pittman does. Hooks it back with the left boot. Brady up from behind. The Eagle player in front. Didn't quite take the mark. The whistle is gone. There will be a free kick. Kicking to the danger. It appeared to be. The free kick will go to the Eagles.
Robert Enright at centre half back to put the Eagles out of defence. He's got foot centre. He's getting 15 metres. That'll help the position a little. Goes over the centre line now towards the half-forward line, looking for Hannah. He gets underneath the ball. The pace of Taylor not quick enough. Is winding his way through. Thomas lost the footy. Now it's taken away by Lee. Hooks around the corner towards centre wing. Collins is there. With him is Tom Hank. Collins well played. Got around Hank. Puts out the pass towards Brady. He couldn't quite get there. McIndoe for the Eagles. Has time to set up the handball. Lindsay might get it back in the 1-2. Doesn't need him as Lindsay goes long. Not a well-directed kick to the half-forward line. Getting back on it is Big O'Neill, but he won't get to it before it runs out of play. 4-2-0. Throw in on the half-forward line. I wonder how Paul Weston feels being a coach. Not out there helping his team. O'Neill, aerial ping-pong. Lindsay, soccer tactics. Quickly jammed onto the boot of Pryor. Fortunately finds on the half-back line, and his teammate, who transfers play up towards the half-forward line. I think that could have been Peter Window going through for the Dogs is Shields, but a free kick is going the way of the Eagles, and it's Tom Hank.
18 minutes gone in this first quarter. Hank elects to kick with the left foot, puts it towards half-forward. Trigg, good mark. Held and took the mark as well. Got the double. Trigg goes short, looking for Collins. Hank's got the set. Doesn't take the mark. Collins butters up. Gets the handball in the direction of Shields. Close to the line, in fact, out of play. So 4-2 Torrens. Lead Central's no score. It's been all the Eagles in this first quarter. Their movement has been slick. Cox playing on centre wing. Lindsay on the ball. And it's big Derek Andrews doing the ruck work. Got the tap, but only as far as Norsworthy. His kick covers no territory whatsoever. Peter Window's in there for the Bulldogs. So's Norsworthy. Finally it comes out to Enright, a long way up from his back pocket. Kicks it towards half forward. The handball out wide. William Hearn with it. Short to Van Dommel. He's going to run into trouble. He's throwing his arms in the air and he's gone. Ping for holding the ball. McCarthy kicks towards centre half forward, but strong in defence. Pryor. Now Hull. The Bulldogs under extreme pressure in this first quarter. Andrews juggles and is paid. The big fella's on the ball at the moment. Hodgson is having a rest. Cox does the flanking, but Andrews elects to kick. The lead from Hannah is good. The pass is excellent. Good play, the Eagles. Looking very slick. Skill level high as Hannah kicks in towards the square. Roberts from behind. Is this a goal? It's off the ground. He's socked it, and he's done it well. Showed electrifying pace. Good anticipation. He's burnt his second, and Torrens now 5-2. Lead the Bulldogs, no score.
Oh, they're playing far better football. They've got more players around the ball, particularly running out through centre, through half forward. They're doing it with pace, and beautifully read there by Roberts. Over the top and put it through, and the Cowboys' rate of chew has certainly increased in the last couple of minutes.
Peter, it looks like someone's pinched his horse at the moment. He's haven't got away to a good start at all. At the centre, O'Neill gets the tap away to Brady. He can't get a handball away effectively. Trying to get it out was Pittman to the half-forward line. Trevor Rowe. Now a chance for Brady. Left foot's in towards the forward pocket. Coming to meet it out there was Coffey. Thumped away from that player. Foot The running player in right. Torrens look methodical as they get the ball out of defence. Well smothered by Rowe, but he can't keep the ball in play, and it's out on the half-forward left flank. 20 minutes gone, and there's only a 21-minute quarter in the first two, and then 21 plus time on the last two. About 30 seconds left to play. Hooked back by Andrews into play. Van Dommel. Andrews again, surrounded by dogs there. Tap cleverly clear. Foot now. Handball over. Beautifully done. Here's a chance. Geyer across the half-forward line. Up towards Robert. Big leap. Siren sounds. A great first quarter by the Eagles. They lead 5-2, and the Dogs failed to open their account. Goal kickers for Torrens in that first quarter. Hannah, Taylor 1 each. Roberts 2 and Lindsay 1. 5-2. The Dogs yet to open their...
Run-on players weren't up with the play, and Torrens completely on top of them. 22 handballs to 14 indicative, and also those kicks. And the marks 10-6. Good performance by the Eagles. Paul Weston must be very content at the moment.
Graham Campbell, in fact, said when he went down in the rooms before the game that there was a different feeling in the Eagle rooms, and they're certainly right onto it. They had a great first quarter, and it's Ian Day to pick up the call at the beginning of the second quarter.
Torrens 5-2. The Dogs yet to open their account. They're going to the goal-scoring end this quarter. Big knock away by Cousins towards the half-forward line, and Brady, he can't get the footy. Quickly in there as Foot gets it out there now. 47 for Torrens is Wilson, high towards the centre wing spot. Tap towards Hodgson. Van Dommel slips out the handball now. Here's a chance for them to go through. Quickly, Jamie Thomas puts a long one in towards full forward. Didn't lift his eyes and found the big chest of Peter McIndoe. Slips it across there now to Economo in the back pocket. Tom Hank hooks it high. It's a wobbly old pass in towards Cox. He can't get it, neither can Coffey. Cox working hard for it, slipped out. Collins looking for the ball now, taken off it by Hodgson. 47 once again in the action is Wilson. Untidy passage of play at the moment as Foot slips it across there. Hodgson, long handball, that's better play, and now Paisley off the half-back line.
Yes, Page relieves the pressure. Taylor dropped what he should have taken, giving him support as Smith. Flanked out there by Page again, back to him in the 1-2, but he can't handle it, and there'll be a throw-in on that outer side. So 5-2 the Eagles. Central's yet to open their account, and that lady on the left with the red, white and blue would be none too happy at the moment. Van Dommel slips it to Pittman. Pittman's kick towards centre half forward. Good in the air, Brady. Shields now. The opportunity for the Dogs to post there first. It's on its way. It's across the face and through for a minor score. So the first split to the Bulldogs. They're 1 point. Torrens are 5-2. We've played almost 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Bit of a Bronx cheer, of course. You'd expect that. It doesn't happen very often that a side goes through an entire quarter of football without scoring. Not a good feeling. Over the top of Gaston there, couldn't take the mark. The running player, though, is Rowe. He tears into the forward area, but there's no method at all up there. McIndoe clears, and taking the mark there is Hodgson. Greg Hodgson. Paul Weston wants plenty from him this year, and he'll get it. Hodgson, a good play.
No Saru, Peter, a big responsibility on the shoulders of Greg Hodgson.
Dead right, David, but there's also Chris Lindsay there. OK, he's very young and unfortunately injured, but I think he might nurse him along too. Cousins goes in very hard. Certainly spun Malcolm Gaston out of the pack. The Dogs forward again. Gee, that's a great spoil there. Trying to get rid of the ball was Geyer. Geyer couldn't. And it's out. Hodgson and Brady. Pittman with the run of it. Handball's clear. Van Dommel. Cousins, he will go long. Here's a chance for Coffey. Watch him beautifully body the fullback out of the way, and he did that superbly. From the moment ball was off boot, Coffey was going to mark that ball, and that's very high quality stuff from the full forward. A goal to the Dogs. They lead one. They don't. They trail 1-1 to the Eagles 5-2.
Yes, they've got one at last, Peter. It's taken them over 24 minutes of play to get it. And Grant Coffey edging ball back, using his body well, got Economo underneath it and took the mark about 2 metres out, much to the delight of a couple of Bulldog fans. 5-2. to 1-1, and let's have another look at it. Cousins, that was a huge kick, a ground covering kick, and actually the Torrens defensive player got underneath the ball and Coffey read it the better. 1-1 plays 5-2.
Cousins and Hodgson. Cousins wins out. Flintoff had a quiet first quarter. Lindsay didn't. Played well. Gets the ball forward. The race is on. Pryor's there for the Dogs. Support was there from Scott Lee. Couldn't handle it. School level down a moment. Bulldogs and the Warrior supporter would be disappointed with his side tonight. After a great first half by the Warriors, the Double Blues ran all over the top of them in the second half. The action at the moment is with this game, Centrals and the Eagles. Craig Brady, the recruit from the Swans, pretty quiet also in that first quarter, taking a while to become acclimatised, and that's only natural. Brady does the ruck work, slips it to McCarthy rather. McCarthy towards half forward. Oh, there's a lot of wrestling going on there. Which way will he see it? He's gone Bulldogs' way and given it to Hull. Hull's handball is not a good one. Puts Hearn under pressure. Here's a chance. The handball back on the free kick has been paid. Hearn takes it, steadies things down, goes to the outer side looking for Thomas. Now he's got a paddock to run in. He's got to use the ball. Does to Cousins. Cousins into trouble. That handball's not a good one. Hannah throws himself at the ball. Oh, and one over the top by O'Neill. A throw, says the umpire, and that's probably the right decision.
Well, he's probably watched Russell Ebert do it a few times and thought, I'll have a go myself and get pinged. He probably won't do it again. Hank got it clear. Hannah puts the handball back. That's Doug Cox. Cox goes long. Ronnie Taylor's got it at centre half forward. And as we've mentioned before, he's got blistering pace, Ronnie Taylor. Puts it up now for the leading Roberts. Oh, it was probably an easy mark, but he didn't take it. Hull got it out, comes back to him. Oh, the kick under pressure. Couldn't get it clear. Ron Taylor belts it back. Good mark there by Hull in defence. Van Dommel is the running player. Didn't run too far, though. In fact, the opposition ran straight past him. Trying to get the ball there was Panagaris from West Adelaide. Gaston, Malcolm Gaston, can't get it out, and he's been pinged holding the ball. Pittman's being spoken to, only to tell him that he's got the free kick. 5-2 the Eagles, the Dogs 1-1. Norsworthy goes in short, beautifully put. Delightful pass, in fact. Shields, ex-Hawthorn, puts it out wide. Was quite well put to. It's going to go over the top. Coffey's there. The push through came from David Flintoff around the corner. Miraculous, in fact, as O'Neill puts it onto the left boot over the top, but he's offline. Well, they had every chance then. They had players up with the ball. There were Eagle defenders out of position, but they couldn't convert. 5-2, 1-2.
The Cowboy has a few problems. Peter McIndoe to kick in. Comes grandstand side over towards Hodgson, and Cousins used his body well but couldn't bring the ball in. Enright can't get it. The pace is on. Geyer back. Now Flintoff hooks towards goals, and I think he's hooked it. Goal. Great one, David Flintoff. Second goal to the Dogs. 2-2. They trail Torrens 5-2.
Nothing succeeds.
Norsworthy now from centre half forward in towards the full forward area. Big O'Neill lost it, in trouble. Finally the handball's clear, but only as far as window. Bangs it towards goal. Offline, 1 point.
Oh, they're suffering, the Dogs. A couple of chances to score goals, and they've only got points. Cowboy Neil, who has kicked a lot of goals in his illustrious career in Melbourne and Canberra, would know the value of a goal better than anybody, or as well as anybody, and they're being let down. Economou kicks off for the Eagles. In fact, it's McIndoe. Doug Cox, a new position, centre wing. He should love it. He's got pace to burn. Kicks to the centre of the ground. No mark taken. Gaston comes in late. The player running away with it, though, is Geyer. Geyer puts it beautifully to Hannah. Hannah shoots it out wide to Stephen McCarthy. He gets rid of it quick, and he pays. short. This is a great build-up. May come off. In fact, it has. Panagaris up forward has taken the mark. And Stephen Trigg is in quite a bit of trouble there. One would hope that it's not a similar injury to what he had, well, over the last couple of years. No, it appears to be facial. So it's Panagaris, 20 to 25 metres from goal. Lines them up. No, the ball swinging away now. He's just off line. Only the point. The Eagles 5-3.
Peter Filippo, one of the former top players from West Torrens, looking on anxiously with the coach. Chairman of the selectors. Centres the ball. Hodgson. Torrens doing it easily. 5-3 to 2-3. Hodgson about 45 metres out and kicking into any breeze that there is. Greg Hodgson gave up football for a while last season, or left the Eagles at least, and now he's back, and as Peter said, got a huge task this season. Ball holding up in the breeze, up towards full forward. Roberts up. Hearn thumps it out. Pryor onto the boot quickly, but it's all the Eagles back there. Taken quickly on the outer side by McCarthy. Sets it up to the half-forward line. Lindsay almost looking for the ball now. Guy gets it away, but it's not a good kick. Lee. Handball back to Big Cousins. I wonder whether this kick out of defence is any better. He centres it to the half-back line. Could have been dangerous. Or bad drop there by Norsworthy. He goes back after it again. Taps it out. Quickly in now McCarthy again. Right in the action a fair bit. Cox puts it high in the air towards full forward. Roberts charges to meet it. Can't bring it down, however. Window back in defence. Put a saddle on him. Quickly comes out with the ball, though, was Panagaris. Knocked away. Torrens through Smith. High in towards full forward. Hannah there. Off the fingers. It rolls through for a point.
Just a point to the Eagles. 12 minutes gone in this second quarter. Pretty scrappy football in that passage of play. Hull to bring the ball back into play. Goes straight down the middle of the football park. That's the shortest distance. Brady should have taken it. Bounces off his chest. Cousins showing good manoeuvrability. Van Dommel gets it wide. Peter Collins and Hank. Hank supported by Cox. Doesn't need that support, does it alone and does it well. Puts it in front for Hannah. Needs to sit for him. Cox runs the gauntlet. Comes back onto the right foot. Sends it towards centre half forward, and the mark has been taken. McCarthy it is, 40 metres out. And the Eagles looking good in this second quarter. They've held Centrals to just 2 goals. They've only added 1 point themselves. But in almost 13 minutes of football, the defensive work of the Eagles has been good. Kick is on its way. It's drifting across. And just 1 point. 5-5 then the Eagles. Centrals 2-3.
The Eagles having a touch of the inaccuracies at the moment as well. But the Dogs have slowly clawed their way back into this game. They're going all over the place, and when you look at a guy like Grant Coffey up at full forward, he's a guy that would love a ball coming down quick and straight, but it's not happening. They've got Brady as well. You'd think with big players like that they could set something up, and I'm sure that that's something that Cowboy Neil will be talking about in the halftime break. Score in the earlier game, Sturt 14-10, defeated Woodville 11-9. So we've got Port Adelaide, Sturt, and South Adelaide have won the first 3 games of the 86 Escort Cup. Presently, the Dogs 2-3, trail the Eagles 5-5.
The throw in, O'Neill uses his body well. Norsworthy through, couldn't get a kick away. Smothered well, foot out towards Enright. Van Dommel, and another scrambly passage of play. Well, it's going to be a free kick to Van Dommel. Off goes Coffey into the pocket. Doesn't want that player. Puts it in towards the half-forward line. Leaped by McIndoe. Thumps the ball clear. Quickly taken by Flint off his kick one. Slips it out wide. Here's a chance. Pittman, dummies, twist, turns, open goal. Pops it on, and the Dogs have got a much-needed goal. His first. 3-3 to Torrens 5-5.
You know, buying a new car can be a very confusing time. Which car, which company? But at Graham Corns Mitsubishi, 2 factors make it easy for you. Firstly, the great range of new Mitsubishi cars that we can offer to you at a lower price than any other dealer. Secondly, and most importantly, We understand the needs of the new car buyer and give you all the time and assistance to make the right decision. Now, it's easy to stand here and say it. All I ask is you put us to the test. You won't be disappointed.
Escort Cup coming to you courtesy of 7 Sport. The second game on Saturday night, and Torrens 5-5 lead Central's 3-3. But the Bulldogs are back into attack. He's flit off again. He just passed it off to Pittman. Now he's going alone and booted a goal. He's second, and the Bulldogs now are coming back strongly. 2 to flit off. They're 4-3, trailing Torrens 5-5.
Well, they recruited him from Hawthorn, and the way he read that ball off the pack was superb. Got a view from behind the scene now as he takes it superbly. Puts it straight through the middle, and that's a quick comeback by the Dogs. They were looking awful in the first quarter, but there's no doubt that that northern end is the scoring end. But notwithstanding that, they've certainly lifted their tempo. They're back in the game, back in the act. 4-3, trailing the Eagles 5-5.
To the naked eye, David Flintoff looks a little taller than the normal rover that we see in South Australia, and not that heavily built, but he certainly moves well. Van Dommel mowed into the ground. Ball comes out now. Here's a chance for Window. Straightens up, puts the kick on its way. It's going to be touch and go. McIndoe gets one hand, almost pulls down a good mark. Sets up the handball towards the line when he didn't have any alternative, and is quite happy for the ball to go out of play in the full forward right pocket. 5-5 to 4-3, 16 minutes plus gone in this second quarter. 7 Sport at the Escort Cup. 37 is Andrews. Hank can't get it clear. Flintoff gets it out again, dropped it onto Shields, spoon, and it is a point.
Russell Shields, indeed it was. Paul Weston getting a little anxious at the moment as the Bulldogs come back strongly. 4-4 now to 5-5. 17 minutes gone in this second quarter. Andrews makes the lead, grandstand side. McIndoe ignores that and goes to the outer side. Here's a go. Collins over the top to Shields again. On its way this time. That's a better looking kick. That's his first. Great goal, the Bulldogs. And they are really back in business. And so those supporters should be excited. The Bulldogs 5-4, trailed by just 1 point.
Well, the Hawthorn recruits are right in the act at the moment. In replay, you'll see the ball come out to Shields now. Superb handball, and Shields lined his body up with the face of the goal, and there are some lovely Eagle ladies who are a little bit concerned as well. I think they're sharing the thoughts of their senior coach. So it's 5-4, the Dogs trailing the Eagles 5-5.
Meanwhile, back at the game, the tap goes towards the half-forward line row, smothered off the boot. Shields in the action again, Norsworthy through, gives a chance now to a teammate who drives the ball. That looked like Nolan, kicks to the half-forward line. Flintoff again, and Enright both lose the footy. Gaston, Enright, back to Gaston in the 1-2, thought about it, needs backup support, he's lost it, he's got it back again. Enright, the Eagles untidy as they come out of defence, back up towards centre wing. Big leap there by Hannah, not successful. The umpire has seen a free kick. It's going to mark Norsworthy centre wing. To put the Dogs into attack, plus his 15 metres, brings him to the attacking corner of the square. 19 minutes gone. Only 1 point the difference. Norsworthy goes round onto the left leg, didn't get a great distance there. Economo, Coffey dropped the footy, quickly through now Enright. The umpire says play on. Gee, I thought he blew his whistle. Maybe he was going to advantage. Foot out of defence, across to the outer side. Looking out there for Taylor. With him is Bungerhern. Gets it back now to Pryor. Pryor to the half-forward line. Shields again, sets it up, goes in long, but it's going to be offline. Getting underneath the balls is big Cousins, but he can't get it, and it goes off his fingers through for the minor score.
Scores locked away, 5-5 apiece. Peter Nix, former Bulldogs player, sits alongside the coach. Kick comes grandstand side. Window is up high from behind, but the mark has been paid to the man in front, Malcolm Gaston. Gaston, half back, chips in short, looking for teammate. Stephen McCarthy gets a push over the shoulder, and gets the free kick. So 20 minutes gone in this second quarter. That's kick number 9 to McCarthy. Puts it in towards the centre of the ground. And once more the umpire has found a free kick. David Foote with the ball. The lead is from Hannah. Pays, in fact, it is. Threads out a long handball. Here's a great opportunity. Taylor needs to get round. Wants support. Back to Pays. Sidesteps again. Now steadies. Hooks in towards goal. This will be close, but not close enough. So 1 point to the Eagles. Nudges them that far in front. 5-6 to 5-5.
Certainly been a great quarter for the Dogs. They've come right back in the Escort Cup. They needed to because they did very little early. Hull races out of defence. O'Neill caught cold with the ball. The umpire said play on. He was a little bit fortunate. That's Window. Malcolm Gaston likes to hold on to the ball, sometimes a little bit too long. Up goes Lindsay. Great leap, great mark. Plays it on. Hannah on the left boot. Oh, didn't work for him. Kicked it right across the face of goal. They should have scored then, the Eagles, but they didn't. The siren has gone to end the first half here at Football Park with the Dogs 5-5, trailing the Eagles 5-6.
Far better effort by the Dogs in that quarter. Flintoff, the former Hawthorn Rover, plus his mate Russell Shields got into the action more. Norsworthy was roving well. They got better touch across centre, and they had far more method going into attack. It was a good quarter for them. On the other hand, Torrens floundered across their half-forward line, although Hannah was getting kicked centre field and Cox was playing superbly on the outer flank at centre wing. They couldn't get their ball through their half-forward line and their attack started to flounder. But all in all, a tight match. At half-time, only 1 point the difference, and David all set for a fine second half.
Yes, it is indeed. Flintoff kicked 2 in that quarter. Coffey got 1. Russell Shields 1. And Mark Pittman 1 for the Bulldogs. So a good performance by them to fight back as they go down the tunnel for the half-time break. And a great performance, as I said, for them to get back into this game.
David, the stunning thing is that all the scoring is being done at that lake end. Now, up here you can hardly see any breeze. You look at the lone windsock on the outer side of the ground. It doesn't seem to be very full, and yet you would appear the way they're going, it's a force for gale. So it's the scoring end, and that is it. You're watching the
Goals that all scored at the southern end, which is a little bit strange because it doesn't appear to be a strong breeze blowing to the north, although there aren't many flags up. In fact, there are no flags up. There's only one solitary windsock, which is a minor little windsock across the other side of the ground. A couple of old stages there who are obviously Central District supporters, but I guess there are no real leads in as to the future course of the game in that first half because it was so one-sided in each quarter.
Peter, yes, I'm like you. I'm puzzled by the inability of the players to score goals at that southern end, but they are getting the ball up there and they're having shots at goals, but players are kicking offline. And of course, Fred Phillips, you'd remember your mate had difficulty kicking goals at the southern end of Football Park.
Oh, I do, yeah. Fred came off the ground one day. I think he'd kicked 9 points. I said, Fred, you didn't kick a goal. He said, yes, I did. 1 goal, 3.
5-6 to 5-3, the second half of the first round game between the Dogs and the Eagles. A point the difference. The two Davids umpiring, David Trembath and David Weston. Cousins gets the knock towards the half-forward line. A long knock out there by Wilson towards centre wing. A chance for Nolan. He gets dispossessed. Back now to Brady. He can't pick it up. Flintoff can. Well, Flintoff's in the action there now. Back goes Wilson, and the umpire has seen a free kick, and it is going to the West Torrens player in Big Wilson. He slips it across. Coming off the half-back line is Geyer, and he's going to butter up for the ball again. G's got some pace. Drives it long in towards goal. I think he's offline, but a fine rebounding movement off the half-back line by Stephen Geyer.
Good effort by the youngster. Torrens need to kick goals in this third quarter. They're going to the end. That certainly has been the scoring end over the weekend. Thomas takes it out of the air. The superior pace pulls him away. The kick is not well directed, however. Not very well put. Brady in pursuit, leaves it behind. Wilson goes after it. Chance now for Geyer. Kicking a point a moment ago, kicking it out of defence now. And that's well put. Here's a chance for the Eagles. The build-up is good, but the pass is horrible. And Richard Cousins takes the mark at centre half back. Big fella's performed pretty well tonight. Early good form by him. augurs well for the Bulldogs. Of course, they're going to miss little John Platten this year, and they'll all have to give that little bit extra to take his place. Nolan is caught. The free kick will go the way of Justin Smith. He hands it off. The kick forward is short by foot, and it's been marked by Pays. Paid to Pays. There was some doubt whether it was a mark. Seen from here that it may have been half-volleyed. The umpire saw it otherwise. Foot in the action again. That's going close to the line. In fact, it's wide of the line and out of bounds on the full. 5-7 then Torrens, 5-5 the Bulldogs.
Yes, it doesn't normally happen that you have a repeat in the second half of a first half type of action, so I think we'll see something different this second half. Perhaps one side pull away. Brady at half forward. Onto the left boot. Coffey's out of the blocks, can't take the mark. He appeared to be interfered with. The umpire was close at hand. He said play on, and Peter McIndoe clears. He's gone for the sanctuary of the boundary, finds it, and there'll be a throw-in.
Gee, Peter, I like that take off the pack by David Flintoff. A real Rovers kick, that one.
Yeah, you're right, David. He's a find. Alan Jean certainly knows all about the players he sends over here. Perhaps he doesn't send his best, but he might send his second best. Might be a free kick there to the captain, Van Dommel. Rene Van Dommel, newly appointed captain, puts it over the top. The Dogs in now. That will be a free after disposal. Well, danger, particularly with a man like Brady at centre half forward, the recipient of the free kick. And from all accounts, he can kick a long way. He's a big man. They're having a great deal of fun blowing whistles out there. In fact, he won't take the kick. It's going to go to Peter Collins. You sure about that, ump? I think he's got it right now. Peter Collins with the free kick. Lines it up from 45 metres out. It's offline in any event. Won't quite make the distance. No mark taken. A kick off hands. There's certainly 6 points involved here. We'll find out who kicked it in a second. The players have gone berserk. They're jumping all over each other. The umpires are in the act as well. The poor bloke that kicked the goal, he's winded. He's not even in screen at the moment. They don't care about him. They're not even interested.
Peter, I'm not sure whether it's Flintoff or it could even be Coffey, but he's on the ground. No one gives a hoot about him, the poor fellow, as you said.
I think it was Russell Shields.
He's getting to his feet now. Well, there's one of them. It's not Brady, I can tell you. And let's have a look at the replay of what happens. There's Coffey. It is, no, I think it is Flintoff, the rover. Let's have a look at him. He went down and it looks like he got poleaxed with it right at the back of the ear. And players separate now.
I think you're right, Ian. It's David Flintoff for sure. Here it is. There he is, the tall rover. That's his third goal. Caught one high. That's what caused the melee. But players are all sorted out now. So 3 to Flintoff. Paul Weston smiling, but not all that happy, I wouldn't think, as Central's kicked their 6. 6-5, Torrens 5-7.
In fact, that's the first goal at the southern end. We mentioned that a little while ago. Hodgson got his hand to the ball. The whistle's gone. They're fighting again. Oh, Cousins went in. I think he may be reported. He is. Richard Cousins has been reported. The umpires have had enough. Well, he was the first bloke to do something after the melee, so I guess he had to go. Andy Pays has got the ball now.
Peter, he's momentarily lost control, Cousins. He's going berserk out there. If I was the coach, I'd sit him on the fence for a while and let him get his cool back again.
The Cowboy might do just that, Ian. He sent the runner out. Meanwhile, back to the game, and we've got a free kick to Justin Smith between centre and half forward. He's a fine kick, Justin Smith. Gives that plenty of air. It's coming back now. Oh, it may make the distance. No. The man in question, the man of the moment. He takes the mark and has the kick. Cousins. Pryor. Dog vice captain, Trevor Rowe. Oh, they've gone berserk. They really have. Oh, the umpire got one.
I think it's an idea, Peter.
I was going to say, if I was the umpire, Peter, I'd just stand there back with my little book and pencil, have a look at them thrashing around like 3-year-olds in the sand.
Perhaps the frustration of the first half, David, has really got to him.
Peter, so I thought the umpires were instructed to do just what Ian said, to stand back and ping them as they threw them.
Well, perhaps they haven't got books with them. pencils or biros, or not too sure about how to write.
Perhaps we might have a word to Peter Mead about that, the umpires coach, and get them a supply of HB pencils.
I bet you do have a word to him too. I'll Pete.
Trevor Rowe kicked the ball out of play. Foot couldn't keep it in. And what's going to happen now? It's going to be a free kick. Looks like, who's that? Is that Connolly on the field? No, it's not Connolly. I couldn't pick up who the player was that kicked it. But a free kick is going the way of West Torrens. I'm just trying to find the Central's player on the outer side there. One we do know is Hodgson on the left leg. He goes long towards the half-forward line. It's all the Dogs back up there. And it's Cousins who takes the mark. I thought he was smiling for a moment. I think it's his mouth guard that he slips out every now and again. He looked pretty fierce when he was having a word to Hodgson, I can tell you. Would have scared me. Cousins, well done, Hannah. Hannah now back to Bungerhurn. He gets it out to Nolan. Nolan on the defensive corner of the square. Shrugs the tackle. Oh, he's going to get himself into trouble here. Slips it off to Lee. Lee on the half-back line to put the Dogs out of defence. And Lindsay now has taken him 10 metres. We're on again.
Lee not happy with the treatment handed out by Lindsay. Umpires have lost control. The players have lost their cool. And things getting out of hand here at the park at the moment. Lee puts the Bulldogs into attack. Now the umpire's going whistle happy. The free's been paid. The mark was taken, but it's gone the other way. Lindsay's off, and Coffey has the free at half-forward right. Well, the Dogs. Who's going to steady and settle down first? The fist clear by McIndoe. Bulldogs the opportunity. Pittman runs into teammate Collins, gets caught, puts the handball over the top to Shields. He's dangerous close to goal, but that's a bad handball. McIndoe the opportunity, leaves it for teammate. 35 was Alan Sack. Now the opportunity. Gaston has it. Out wide, Enright. 20 was McCarthy. Action aplenty as the players are at it again behind the play. Paul Weston's highly amused, Peter, by the proceedings, but players going down like 9 pins and the umpires are in the action again.
Yeah, Paul can probably remember the grand final in Melbourne last year. I think they all took about 5 minutes off and all decided to hit each other. There's a couple of players bending down there. Peter Collins is not too interested in proceedings. Perhaps they didn't do enough over the summer. They didn't do enough punching or whatever. They're pretty keen to at the moment, though. They should buy them all punching bags and let them get rid of their inhibitions. Meanwhile, the Dogs into attack again. Here's a chance. O'Neill takes the mark at right half-forward flank. She's delighted. Back to centre half-forward. Coffey's the man, and he's got the ball. Grant Coffey. He looks very good, and I think he probably is. He's kicked a goal. He's kicked a point too. Central District 6-6. The Eagles 5-7.
Well, the Dogs are hanging in there, kicking into the non-scoring end or kicking towards it. And Torrens not doing all that well in this quarter. I don't know who's won the fight, but the score is pretty even. 6-6 to 5-7. You're watching 7 Sport at Football Park for the Escort Cup. Kick to the outer side, Hank with a run on the ball. Collins, good tackle. Quickly in there was Geyer. Now Gaston, back to Geyer. Geyer off the half-back line. A high kick centre field. Setting himself will be Cousins. Good mark over the top of Hodgson. And I would think 15 metres. No, the umpire's not interested. As Cousins plays on with kick number 10. It's going in short towards the half-forward line. Brady couldn't handle it. Aerial ping-pong. Flintoff got it back to Brady. Brady had an air. He couldn't get it. Well done, Enright. Or the handball was too far. Here's a chance for them to set up the play again. Nolan. Flintoff. And now Big Cousins. He goes for home with a long one. Getting back on it will be McIndoe, but he can't get the ball into his big hands, and it goes off the woodwork for a point.
Well, golly, the Bulldogs are doing all the attacking, and that's to the non-scoring end, the Grange Golf Course end, and that doesn't augur too well for the Eagles. The kick in. His grandstand side. From behind, plucked out of the air. Good mark, Mark Pittman. Shields calling for it. in the pocket, but he ignores that, looks for Coffey from behind, and he's taken it. Bulldogs on top. Coffey's playing well, and the Bulldog supporters happy. Coffey's limping at the moment. He's only 30 metres out. In fact, with that imposed penalty, he's now only 15 metres out. Nolan giving him words of advice. He kicked one in the second quarter, and this one will take them 13 points, 12 points, in fact, clear if he gets it. It's on its way, and it's a goal. 2 to Coffey, and 7 now to the Bulldogs.
He's got all the characteristics of a champion, Grant Coffey.
The integration factor, only from...
Centre half forward now, the play on from Panagaris. Hannah, Taylor runs into an open goal as quick as you like. That's the reply. 2 goals, Taylor. The Eagles 6-7, the Dogs 7-7.
Hannah's a very important player to West Torrens. He's been setting up most of their attacking moves, and of course he looks for the fleet-footed Ron Taylor to kick the goal. Watch out the handball, beautifully done, and Taylor did well to back up like that, and once it left his boot there was no doubt that Torrens had their 6th goal on the board. They trail 6-7 to the Dogs 7-7.
Interchange has been made. Helen Sucker's off, and Andrew Page comes onto the ground. Forward go the Dogs once more. Chance for Collins. Being pulled around the neck, not seen by the umpire. The handball's good. Van Dommel on the left foot. Oh, he's gone too far. Loses it. Chance, however. Flintoff gets it towards the goal. But that's a fine mark in defence by Bobby Enright. Enright dishes out the handball. Guy is going to get run down. Gets an awkward-looking kick, but a well-judged mark by Shields. He elects to play on quickly. Pittman's on his own, being well shepherded, could have got onto the right foot, went with the left, the ball's been touched, and 1 point. 7-8 the Dogs, 6-7 the Eagles, and we've been playing for 14 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Well, we've had fights, we've had everything this quarter. We've also had scoring at the southern end, which is something new in this game. Pittman really took the one-hander. He's lifted this quarter. Back to O'Neill. He's caught cold. Eagles supporters want holding the ball. The umpire gets in there pretty quick because he's dead set frightened that someone's going to throw another punch. A good crowd in here tonight. The Dogs leading by 7 points. Hodson up. Got the tap down, but the Dogs again. Shields with the run of it. Not Shields, Collins. It went straight over his head, and we'll see a throw in. Right half forward flank for the Dogs. Nothing in this game. 7 points, in fact. We're past 15 minutes in the 3rd quarter. O'Neill and Hodson. Gee, Flintoff came through very hard then. He seemed to cop one around the thigh area, but pretty tough little customer, and as Ian Day pointed out before, a little bit large for a rover.
Foot got the handball out. Pittman slips out another handball. Here's a chance now for the Dogs to go in through Shields up towards full forward. Big mark. Yes, they've paid it. The umpires paid it to Cousins. Didn't have it for long. A lot of body work going in there, right on the edge of the square. Let's have a look at it. McIndoe had the hand over the shoulder first, and well, maybe he paid the free. I don't know what he paid, but the thing is that Cousins has booted a goal. It's his first, and the Dogs go away. Kick number 12 to Cousins. He's playing pretty well, especially since he got one around the ear. 8-8 to the Torrens side, 6-7.
Well, it's been an up-and-down quarter for Richard Cousins. We believe he got reported earlier in the quarter, and here he takes a fine mark and boots a good goal. Shields it was that got the ball quickly into the square. The big fella's got height, he's got judgment, and he's got tremendous skill. He was paid the mark, and the Bulldogs now lead by 13 points.
This could be an important break too, because they're kicking those goals to the south, and there's still plenty of scoring to be done to the north, it would appear. Panagaris from behind only just managed to touch the ball. Hannah comes in late, kicks it off the ground, and we'll see a throw in between the half forward and forward pocket area, left half forward area for the Dogs, for the Eagles, should I say. Tom Black the bearded one. A big punch again towards the line, and we'll have another throw in. Yes, the Dogs have got on top. There's no doubt about that. Pittman in the centre has been in everything. The Cowboys looking a bit nonplussed there. I wouldn't suggest he's daydreaming, but he's probably got plenty on his mind. Foot is astray. A point only. The Eagles 6-8, the Dogs 8-8.
Pittman gives the lead to the outer side. It's going to be Jamie Thomas to boot the ball back into play. 17 minutes gone plus in the third quarter of the Escort Cup. O'Neill from behind. Foot got it through to Coles. He looks like he's on the ground. The handball over. Went to Rowe. Quickly Shields now. Centre wing Pittman. Puts out the pass. Well dispatched. Here's a chance for the Dogs now through Brady. Coffey on the lead out in front of that player. Right there with him was Wilson. Van Dommel thought about the handball. Bounces away. Gets round on the left leg. Should be a goal. There's a goal. Great personal effort there by... No, hit the woodwork. How could you hit the woodwork from so close? Well, he did it. And Weston, Paul type, cannot believe his luck.
Tremendous solo effort that from Van Dommel. Really deserved better fate than this. Could have given it off to Coffey, decided to go it alone, and then, as you can see, from 12 metres out, point blank range, hit the woodwork. Kick in, comes grandstand side. Lawson went high, couldn't take it. In right, long way down from his back pocket. Gets the handball to Hannah. Well played, Hannah. All left behind by Foot. Attempts to recover. Colsey just on the ground in the thick of things. The umpire's plucked out a free kick. It's going the way of Hannah. Hannah's played pretty well tonight. Wobbles one towards half forward. Awkward bounce for Thomas. Clever play by Taylor. Taylor with it now. Skirts around Hull. Gets a high kick towards full forward. All up before acceptances. Went Panagaris, and the free's been paid against him. Lee directs play wide. Thomas, Bruce Lindsay back on for the Eagles. Thomas distributes in the direction of Pryor. Nolan now. Bulldogs looking good. This is a good build-up. Van Dommel. Bagger goes to Flintoff. Over the top to Nolan. It's been a series of handballs. Nolan steadies now. Bangs it in towards the square. Coffey! Oh, he's got it. Great passage of play by the Dogs. Culminating with Coffey. And the big fella who's booted two, one in the second and one already in this quarter. A golden opportunity to bring up his third. There it is, he has a miss, 3 to Coffey, and the Bulldogs go further in front, 9-9, the Eagles 6-8.
Great mark by Coffey. Certainly has got the credentials. He really is a good player. Number 2 for the Dogs. He's kicked 3 goals. And as I mentioned before, a lot of Bulldog supporters say that he's very much like David's, or called him Sally Sable, I guess, from a long time back. Up he goes. Got tremendous reach. Those arms go all the way down to his knees, some people say, and I just about agree. The Eagles 6-8, the Dogs 9-9.
What a good quarter they've had. They've added 4 into the breeze or to the non-scoring end. O'Neill thumps the ball towards the half-forward line. Getting back on the ball is Hannah. Smothered the handball. Norsworthy in towards the right forward pocket, but the ball will beat them all out of play and thrown in between the wing and the right forward pocket spot. Or half-forward flank, I should say. Interested bystanders. Well, not standing either. 9 by sitters. 9-9 to 6-8. Pays. Lindsay runs into trouble. And the free kick will go the way of Bruce Lindsay. Lindsay off the half-back line. He's interchanged there for a while. I don't know why, because he's one of Torrens' key players. He's won a 15-metre penalty. From the jack side of centre wing. Puts the ball high in towards Roberts, sets himself. Hull there with him, thumps the ball clear. Panagaris, the handball away wasn't all that good. Set up quickly now, Taylor with a chance. Fires, goal. Well put up there by the West Torrens player in Barrett. 3 goals now to Taylor, and the Eagles come back 7-8, trailing the Dogs 9-9.
excellent goal, excellent piece of football this by the Eagles. But at 7 goals to 9, they're in trouble. Pendergast got it well. Barrett just on the ground. Stephen Barrett. Taylor finished the work off well. Banged it through the middle. 7-8 to 9-9. I think the horse may have bolted, however. Bulldogs have played pretty good in this third quarter.
Gee, I don't know about that, David. Of course, do you think? I don't know. Kevin Neal, he's, I guess, reasonably confident. There's a long, long way to go in this game. Brady using the body at centre-half forward. Colsey is thrown away. Running through the centre there is Shields. Here's a go for Collins. The handball over the top. Coffey's got it. Pirouettes once, twice, and then gets caught. Well, that's a sad way to end a little dance around a couple of players, but the tackle was good. Hank clears for the Eagles. Ooh, Pay's completely lost flight of that ball. So we'll see a throw in between centre wing and right half forward flank. 7-8 the Eagles, the Dogs 9-9. 23 minutes plus in this third quarter. O'Neill from behind didn't touch the ball. Comes down now to Colsey. He floats one away. Running through beautifully for the Dogs out there was Window, the former West Adelaide player. And leading the race to the ball is Guy. He certainly is a speedster. Puts it out towards Panagaris. He waited for it. It paid off. Here's a chance now through McCarthy. Barrett, in fact. A little bit lucky with the free kick. Barrett will push it into the leading Roberts. It went over his head, though, unfortunately. Now Ian Hanna, a top player for the Eagles. Hull and Roberts. Comes out the back door. Hanna trying to do something with it. Now Roberts. Appeared to have plenty of time. Not time enough, though. Norsworthy smothered it beautifully. Pays. Players all around the ball, and the umpire will bounce.
Close to three-quarter time. We've played over 23 minutes. It's 21 plus time on. The Dogs by 13 points. A bounce down on the left half forward flank. Norsworthy quickly onto the boot. Might be close to out on the full. In fact, the umpire rules that way. And a charge for the Eagles to go into attack. Through Andrew Pays. Too far out to score. He's on the half forward left flank, almost up to centre wing. You look for the lead of Roberts, no doubt. Puts it up in the air towards that player. Hull right there with him. Roberts used his body well. Went back into the pack and took a fine falling mark. And he's got it 35 metres out. Just got rid of Hull with the strength. And the angle is not too severe. Although from a similar spot in the first quarter, his effort was not good. John Roberts. Remember him kicking 15 goals, I think it was, for Woodville. 16 goals it was. Not going to make that number tonight. Roberts' kick away is fine, straight through the middle, just what the Eagles needed. His second. 8-8 the Eagles, 9-9 the Dogs.
One of the great attributes of John Roberts' football is his overhead skills, and they're exemplified to their best. Used his body well, showed superb judgment in this mark. Just pushed Hull out enough. Not enough to give away the free. And then superb judgment. He's kicked 3, in fact, and the Eagles fight back. 8-8. Bulldogs 9-9.
Well, David Darcy thought that the Eagles were in a bit of trouble, but they're coming back with a vengeance. Hanna missed the ball on the run through. Norsworthy dribbled one away. Colsey. Well done. The handball out to Pays from Lindsay. Pays goes long. Roberts on the lead. Up he goes. Can't take the mark. Batters up well low. The kick was smothered. Back goes Barrett. Gets the handball out. Ronnie Taylor, the speedster. Goes every way, which way. Gets it back now to Barrett. Hooks over the shoulder. A chance for Suck behind. No mark. Out of bounds. Is it on the full? No, it was touched. Left forward pocket. Roberts. The handball comes out. Getting over the top. O'Neill. Now Pittman. Pittman's close to the line, but he manages to clear. Getting close to the three-quarter time break now. Big mark over the top. Colsey. He shows the ball, a la Lindsay Head. The siren has gone to end the third quarter. Pretty even 7-1, although the Dogs going to the southern end outscored the Eagles, and it's the first time, in fact, that they've scored to the southern end. So, three-quarter time, the Dogs are 9-9, the Eagles 8-8.
Yes, Peter, I think that the 4 goals that we've seen to that southern end by the Dogs in that quarter is the most that we've seen in the 4 matches that we've played on Friday.
Good sign for Weston's coach.
They're 2 key position players. Yeah. 2 key position players too, Peter, I think.
Also, I think their rovers are getting into it more.
Have a call,
anyway, we'll soon find out. The start of the final quarter, Peter Marker against David Darcy. It's 9-9 the Dogs, Torrens 8-8. As they go into attack quickly, the Dogs, a high kick going in from Rowe. Touch and go this one, well done Cousins. No, McIndoe, even better done. He just got his foot to the ball. Hand to the ball, we'll say, and he's nudged it through for a point. Well done, McIndoe. Strength against strength.
McIndoe kicks out. High from behind goes Bytheen. He's on the ground now, obviously. The umpire has indicated holding the ball. Norsworthy. It's going to go in long, obviously. Well, plenty of bustling going on in the goal square. There's a free kick going to the Bulldogs, and you'll find it is Richard Cousins. Richard Cousins, right in the action in the third quarter. He's probably been the most dominant big man on the ground, no doubt about that. David Darcy will enjoy this. Kick number 13 from Cousins. His second goal, and the Bulldogs now 10-10 to the Eagles 8-8.
Well, there's no question, Peter, that Cousins has dominated, and he got reported to boot, or we believe that he did, but he certainly... hang on, the ball's not going back to centre. I don't think he's kicked it. He missed it. I thought you said that he just kicked the goal. I'm sorry, and I wasn't concentrating, and they're going to kick the ball out.
You should never believe what you hear, Daisy. You should
especially
always look.
From you.
You should always keep those eyes open. Come on.
Sorry, Peter, I've always taken your word as gospel. I just follow you anywhere like a puppy dog. McIndoe puts the ball back into play to the lead of Hodgson. He's going to get a leap at it. Coffey out there with him. Hodgson swooping on it. Norsworthy. No live loss between these two sides at the moment, I can assure you. Trevor Rowe can't get the handball away. Well tackled by Lindsay, and the ball out of play on the half-forward left flank. 9-11 to 8-8. 2 minutes plus gone of the final quarter. In front was Hodgson, got the tap down. Brady from Norsworthy, but the kick was not a good one on his left leg, and it's gone out on the foot.
Brady's work rate certainly lifted in this second half. I thought he was a bit quiet in the first half. But he's proved to be a pretty good avenue of attack through centre half forward. Coffey's done well at full forward, and Richard Cousins also played well. Pay's in trouble, gets an indiscriminate handball, puts it over the line. 8-8 plays 9-11. Central's on top. The lead is 9 points. We're about 3 minutes into the final quarter. Central's going home with just a little breeze at their back. Bytheen on the ground, gets the tap forward the window. Umpire pays the advantage. Window hooks it back in towards Coffey. Drops it. Lilly took it. Chance for the Eagles to get clear. Enright gets it out to Geyer. Now Lindsay. Eagles come clear. The kick from Pays towards centre wing. Oh, up high. Gaston was it. Couldn't hold it. And the ball is out of play. So, just 9 points separating these sides. We're set for an exciting last quarter.
Certainly a high flyer, Malcolm Gaston. 9-11 the Dogs, 8-8 the Eagles. Norsworthy, the quick kick away, it's a floater. They're pretty hard to handle. The best of times, that came off on the full. So the free kick will go against Pryor, and it will be taken by Stephen Geyer. 14 kicks, Stephen Geyer. It's been a good outing for him. Watch Gaston go up. He went up, but he didn't bring the ball down. Lindsay, Hayes, and Window. Window got a bit of a push. The umpire didn't consider it significant, so we'll see another throw in.
What about Peter Window's performance, Peter?
It's been pretty good, I think, David. He's got a lot of pace. I think there was some criticism last year about his indirect disposal, but not too bad.
Brady thumps the ball. Enright made a dash of it at it. Could not half volley. The ball on the half forward line. And the umpire has ruled a free kick. 6,231 people in attendance here at Football Park. making a total in excess of 22,000 for Friday and Saturday night. I think the league would be happy with that, as Pays puts the ball towards the half-forward line, not well directed, straight to Peter Window. He's on the half-back line at the moment, goes long, looking for Brady on the half-forward line. He's pushed in the back by the Torrens defending player. Got the free kick. The attacking corner of the square, goes in long, looking for Coffey. Right there with him was Economo, thumped clear by McIndoe to Economo, and he winds out of defence with the ball now. Short, Pays, under a bit of pressure, gets the handball away. That was well done. Or can Guy pick it up? Wasn't Guy in there. It was Barrett. The handball comes out from Bytheen to Norsworthy. Norsworthy clear now, puts out the pass. Cousins! Beautifully done, Mark Norsworthy. And Big Cousins has yet another chance. Well, he was 20 metres closer when he missed before. A very poor shot indeed. Richard Cousins from no more than 35 metres out, and that one's home for all money. His second, a top goal for the Dogs. 10-11, they lead West Torrens 8-8.
Big fella on a lead there. It was a good pass. Took it well, and he converted what he couldn't do before. That's an important goal to the Dogs now. They've kicked 2.5 goals clear. They lead by 15 points. We've been playing for 6 minutes. To get that early one in the last quarter will lift their confidence. Zigzagging Norsworthy lifted the eye, saw Cousins, a goal.
Been a good game of football, and Peter Filippo there is sitting alongside senior coach Paul Weston. The Dogs 10-11, the Eagles 8-8. Still plenty of time left. Suck gets the handball out. Colsey, certainly pacey player, as I mentioned before, puts a high ball to centre half forward. Pretty hard for the forwards. If there were some, there aren't any. Roberts picked it up, wobbled one forward, but the Dogs are going to come away easily through Scott Lee. There's an infringement which will go against Pittman and in favour of Stephen Guy. Guy has got it on centre wing. There's really no one to kick it to. There's no dominant forward up there. The only one is Roberts. The umpire has seen Roberts illegally push the Dog player out. Hull it was, and it's his free kick. Hull goes into the centre of the ground. Jamie Thomas is out there. Joe Trimboli, in fact, and he takes the mark. He's a player with high credentials. In fact, they expect a lot from him in Bulldog land. Barrett pushed it out. Now Colsey. Barrett again with the run of the ball. It's going to be met in a minute. He was. In fact, Torrens come away with it. Ronnie Taylor from Smith. He's got the ball in the pocket. May not reach from there. It's every bit of 40, 45 metres. Roberts is on his own, and he's got it. Well, they let him go. They didn't want to know about him. He has kicked 3 goals, and he can certainly keep them in touch with a major here. John Roberts. Played with a few clubs. Not a bad kick at goal. In fact, he's got his 4. The Eagles claw back 9-8 to the Dogs 10-11.
I like the style of Justin Smith. He seems to be not only a talented player but a very cool player. As he set that play up on the outer side, he got it to Taylor, and then Taylor thought about going long, and then he sees the lead. Roberts given 2 metres, and that was 2 metres too far. He didn't let his side down and booted their 9th goal. 9-8 to 10-11, and the Cowboy looks still pretty calm.
Would love a little bit more breathing space, however. Only 9 points separating the sides. Over 8 minutes gone in the final turn. Bytheen doing the ruck work, gets beaten. Barrett the opportunity. Did it well, Stephen Barrett. Onto the left foot. Eagles into attack. Panagaris out in front. Eagles fighting on. Panagaris away. Oh, he's run a long way, but did it well. Puts a high one in towards the square. Roberts back there, and he's got it. Oh, great judgment from John Roberts. Plays on quickly. The pass is on. Poor checking from the Central's defence. Panagaris it is that has it 15 metres out, and he was left unattended.
The Eagles coming back, David.
Yes, Peter. Indeed they are. Panagaris has it. This one will make it 3 points the difference if he puts it. The drop punt he has. Oh, they've got a real game on our hands now. The first to Panagaris. Clever football minutes, and just 3 points separating the sides.
Well, they ran that ball out of the centre, the Eagles. That's the name of the game. Watch the way Roberts kept his eye on the ball at all times. That is an object lesson to anybody interested in football. And of course, he didn't leave it there. He got up, passed it off. Panagaris converted. The difference is, what, 3 points now? And the top game is unfolding.
At the centre bounce, it'll be Hodgson against O'Neill. Line ball, neither got their fist to it. Hodgson tapped it out there towards Smith. In turn, Colsey. The Eagles go forward again to the half-forward line. Barrett underneath the ball. Took a strong mark. Showed a lot of courage there as he had to wait for the thundering herd to come down. I think he's got a 15-metre penalty, and gee, that's valuable because that's going to bring him to within kicking distance. 3 points the difference. Stephen Barrett, a chance to put the Eagles' beak in front. Towards the southern end, I think that's home. Great goal. The Eagles have hit the front. 11 minutes into the final quarter. Barrett's first goal. 11-8. The Eagles, 10-11 the Dogs.
Oh, tremendous effort from Stephen Barrett. Stood his ground well, fearlessly in fact. Took the mark. He's converted. What a game. Barrett's first. The Eagles in front. Who would have thought that? Not I at three-quarter time, as I told you. Peter Marker did, but I didn't.
Well, still a long way to go, David. The Eagles are in front, but they've got to play a lot of good football to maintain that lead. Bytheen in ruck. Goes for the backhander and knocks it straight over his head instead. Trying to break clear out there for the Eagles was Justin Smith. The ball comes to Ronnie Taylor. He gets rid of it very quickly. A chance now. The handball is shoved out by Stephen McCarthy. In the back, David Darcy yelled. The umpire not interested. Taylor goes up, takes the mark. Oh, he's been a danger man, Taylor. A real danger man. He's at left, half-forward flank, won't make the distance. The lead is on from John Roberts. 1 against 2, he fell over. Oh, he's going to get the free kick. The indication is that Bytheen shepherded him out of it. The score's on screen. The Eagles 11-8, the Dogs 10-11, and John Roberts with a big chance. I'm not sure I agree with the free kick. A touchy one. A touchy one. Let's have a look at it in screen. Oh, yes, there was something there. Not a lot, certainly something. John Roberts lines it up from 40 metres out. It's a straight kick. 5 goals, John Roberts. The Eagles looking good. 12-8 to the Dogs, 10-11.
No doubt they've steadied the Eagles, playing good football. Taylor showing his will-o'-the-wisp ability on the half-forward line. And he put it up from Roberts, and he's going to win the game for them. And Bytheen, there's no question, he was shepherding Roberts. Roberts probably made it look better than it was, or worse than it was, but he got the free kick. That's what he was angling for, and poor Weston looking a little happier.
The Eagles have made a change. Hannah's on. Justin Smith off. Bulldogs need to get a hurry on. Towards half-forward, but the confidence of the Eagles is extremely high. There's a poor handball. Chance for Trimboli. Puts it deep into the forward area for the Bulldogs. Can they convert? Pittman in pursuit. And right it was. It did it well. Gets the kick, but only as far as Window. Window gives it to Rowe. Rowe goes deep into the pocket. Bytheen got it. Just inside the line. Very acute angle. The Dogs trail by 9 points. 13 minutes plus gone in the final quarter. 21 minutes plus time on to be played. An important kick from Bytheen. It's going awfully close, but not close enough. 1 point. 8 points the difference.
That's a great kick from Bytheen. It looked very sweet off the boot. But the end result, not what the Cowboy wanted. Gee, he must go through some gum. He is a prolific chewer. Torrens 12-8, the Dogs 10-12. Plenty of time left in this game for much more football and plenty more surprises. Norsworthy, slick handball. Holding the ball, the crowd yelled. Trimboli, it was against Rowe. Trevor Rowe, not a customary position this evening. Lindsay goes for the punch, but the free kick will go to Brady. He was pushed in the back by Colsey, no doubt about it. Brady, the Swans recruit, Two from the Swans in Adelaide this year, Brady and Cruz. Brady is the bigger of the two. He'd be about 45, 50 metres out. The ball swinging around now. Won't quite have the distance. It will go off hands through for a point. So the Dogs are back in the attacking area. They're 10-13. The Eagles 12-8.
Been a quiet start for Craig Brady. I think he's had 8 kicks and 2 handballs. The Cowboy goes for the phone, while McIndoe goes for the outer side. A lot of pushing and shoving there, and a free kick will go West Torrens' way this time. Pay's a little disappointed, as are Torrens fans, that they didn't let him run off with the ball. Greg Hodgson off the half-back line for the Eagles. They're up by 7 points. A nice looking kick from Hodgson going up towards Taylor. Hannah there as well. Waiting for it was Window. Couldn't get through. Norsworthy couldn't find it. Collins had it but lost it. He's still in there fighting. Spins out of trouble well. Give a chance now for Hearn. Hearn to the half-forward line. All West Torrens back there. And Hodgson takes the easy defensive mark. Puts a little left footer. Finds on the half-back line Stephen Barrett. Barrett off the half-back line, goes towards centre wing. Hannah up again. Taylor towards Nolan. Nolan down on the ground. And he's going to get a free kick. And he'll put the Dogs up over centre wing from that half-back flank.
Well, they need an attacking thrust now. Trailing by 7 points. They're at centre half forward. The ball's in the air. Here they go. Kick now towards centre half forward, looking for Coffey. Couldn't quite make it. Plenty of Eagle defenders, and they run it clear. The handball to Enright. Out of defence they come towards the centre of the ground. Lurking behind was Lee. Lee pops it over the top. The long kick from Trimboli is going close. It's going well. It's home. Oh, what a game. The first to Trimboli. And just 1 point separating these sides.
Joe Trimboli, he ran down the field like a man possessed then. A beautiful kicker of the ball. Superb kick. The ball came out from Scott Lee. Trimboli ran the gauntlet and kicked superbly his first goal, and there's only 1 point in it. The Dogs 11-13, the Eagles 12-8.
1 point the difference with about 8-9 minutes to go, I would think. Hodgson got up high. Torrens can't get the ball clear. Down on the bottom of the pack there was Suck, and I think the free kick is going to Window. They go into attack from Pryor off the half-back line towards the half-forward line. Brady couldn't quite get it all. Lindsay in and out in a hurry. Quickly going his way through there is Brady. Gets collared. Lindsay back in again. But the umpire has sent a free kick to the Eagles, and they'll relieve from the half-back line. Cross towards Hodgson. Used his body well. Took a good mark. The big fellow bounding his way out of defence. Bouncing the ball. Running away like a rover. He left it behind. Oh, got himself into an awful mess. And the umpire will come in and bounce between wing and centre. Gee, that's embarrassing when that happens. A bounce down. The Cowboy goes for the nerve stick. A bounce down. Umpire David Weston puts it down. Hodgson against Cousins. Van Dommel. Cousins gets it out. Enright comes to meet it. Lost it. Trimboli without the footy. Here's a chance now. Pittman. Lindsay. Mistakes galore. Off the half-back line. Sark. Hodgson. Coming through quickly now. His foot drives it up towards full forward. Going through strongly, Thomas. Thomas a long kick to the half-forward line. Getting back underneath the ball and taking a strong mark in defence is McIndoe.
McIndoe drives it out to the grandstand side. Here's a chance for the Eagles. Alan Suck with the ball. Chips in short. Hodgson drops what he should have taken. Gets a handball. It's a wild one. Opportunity for Peter Window. Window on the left foot. Close to the line. Van Dommel. Knocked away by Stephen Geyer. After it he goes again. Needs help. Lindsay skirts in the handball. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay gets it wide. Hannah. Geyer. This looks promising for the Eagles as Geyer puts it towards it up. Oh, he's got it. The mark has been taken by McCarthy, and he's 40 metres out. Pressure football by the Eagles. Tremendous work from Stephen Geyer, and it culminated with McCarthy. A goal here would be important, so important, but he hasn't done it. He's hooked it wide. In fact, put it out of bounds on the full, and and the free kick will go the way of the Bulldogs.
Hodson off for the Eagles. He made a couple of mistakes. He was replaced by Derek Andrews, it was, who came onto the field. Very exciting game. A free kick now to the Eagles. On left half forward flank, Colsey it is. The lead is on. Under the ball, Barrett, and he takes the safe mark in the left forward pocket. Well, this game has been alive since half-time. Well, since the opening bounce, but a ton of excitement in this second half. Barrett goes long. Watch Roberts. Up he goes. Couldn't take the mark. Scott Lee close to the line. Oh, he didn't do well with that. The hook back sees foot. He's dispossessed. Roberts falls over the top of it. Comes back to foot again. Finally, Rowe. He clears with the left boot. The Eagles may have the advantage here. No, it's punched to the line. And we'll see a throw in right half forward flank for the Eagles. You're watching the Escort Cup live, courtesy of 7 Sport and Endo. What a game.
Only 1 point the difference, Peter. I would think still 5 minutes left to play. Cousins, foot, beautifully done to Pays. Puts a long one in. Not a good kick going across the face of goal. Here's a chance, Thomas. Barrett showing a lot of pace, needs backup support, can't find it. A chance for them to clear now as the row goes long towards the half-forward line. Coming to meet it, Enright. Fine mark at centre-half back.
Gee, I think he was off hand momentarily.
Thought about it, Peter, for sure. Lindsay, centre wing. Torrens have got a steady. They need another score. They need it quickly. To foot. He played pretty well, centre field. Kick number 10 coming up. He gets the lead from Roberts. Going towards that player. Not going to make it. And Pryor takes the defensive mark. Beatles off. Defensive corner of the square. Goes long to the half-forward line. Collins up. Paid the mark. Dogs a chance to go in. 1 point down. 21 minutes gone. 15 metres. Brings him within distance. Clear man. Good pass. Brady. He'll get 15 as well. It'll take him almost into the lake. Foolish defensive work then by West Torrens. Although Brady was always going to be within kicking distance. But I would think this would make it a lay-down misère. 10 metres out. Look at this. Pretty late. But Brady, like a good experienced footballer, turned the shoulder in. Took it well, and he's got his 15-metre. Well, the Torrens player is almost in the goal square. Brady chips away, and that puts the Dogs in front. First to Brady, 12-13 the Dogs. Lead the Eagles 12-8.
Well, to say that that was a much-needed goal would be an understatement. Brady took the mark. The tackle was vastly too late, and he converted. 5 points in it. That may be enough. Not a great deal of time left in this game. We're past 22 minutes now. Well past it, in fact. Coach Cowboy Neal would be delighted with that, but there's still a bit of time left for the Eagles to get back in front.
Andrews back in rush against Cousins. 12-13 to 12-8. 5 points to difference. Centre bounce. Line ball. Lindsay through. Trying to lift his side. Lost his footing. Half forward line. Here's a big chance now for Andrews as they go into attack up towards full forward. Top mark, Panagaris. Oh, what a mark. The Cowboy can't believe it. Panagaris, who hasn't done a great deal in that forward pocket, has taken a superb mark. Have I got the right player? Yes, it is Panagaris. Running back with the flight of the ball. 20 metres out. The Cowboy can't bear to look. Paul Weston would have his heart in his mouth. 23 minutes plus gone. You can see the distance. 20 metres. Panagaris towards the southern end. Puts it through, I believe. Second goal. The Eagles back in front. 13-9. To Central's 12-13. You're seeing it live on 7.
Well, the Eagles fans are pretty well happy about that. The Cowboy isn't, but it was a great run down the ground. Derek Andrews it was who got the ball forward. Panagaris had the hands up, and that was a fantastic mark. And you can tell the scene by looking into the Cowboys' eyes. He's up one moment, down the next. 12-13 the Dogs, the Eagles 13-8. On we go. The Eagles into attack just slightly. Gee, another goal from the Dogs here. Bring the roof off. Pryor can't pick it up. Plenty of players around the ball, and has the umpire found a free kick, or is he going to bounce it? No, in fact, the latter.
1 point 24 minutes gone. What a finish to the big game between the Dogs and the Eagles. Hodgson over the top. He's back on the turf now. Going through quickly. Colesy drops it onto his boot. The Eagles into attack. Roberts over the top. Second grab. I think the umpire's caught him to play on. Colesy in the pocket. Slips out the handball. Barrett with a chance. Getting back desperately is Trimboli. Now Thomas. The Eagles kick clear. Onto the half-back line towards Nolan. Colesy there. Quite happy to see it go over the line. And valuable seconds tick away for the Eagles.
Only 1 point in it. The Eagles in front. There's the scoreline. Coach Cowboy Neal. He'd certainly love a victory. He'd like some of that $35,000 available on April the 8th. $85,000 at stake in this series. 35 to the winner. Bruce Lindsay, Eagle captain, a superb footballer, automatic state selection every year. Can the Dogs get back into it? Ronnie Taylor doesn't take possession, goes for the thump. They all do. Here's a chance now through Pryor. Lacks the pace. Window. Big leap in front row. Over the top went Kaya. And we'll see a throw in right half forward flank. Amazing game. 1 point in front, the Eagles. Cousins pushes it wide. Trevor Rowe. Can they score again? Van Dommel. Here's a big lead up. William Hearn on the lead. Barthene dropped the head. Didn't mark the ball. Through it goes. Economy was there. Out it goes to Enright. McIntyre. That's it. The siren's gone. The Eagles have won this game by 1 point. 13-8 to the Dogs. 12-13 and Ian Day, a great game and a especially great second half.
Well, Peter, I agree with you that it was a great game. It was a great contest. It wasn't all that classy a game in the first half as you suggested. In fact, when West Torrens got away to a 5-2 to Zilch lead in that first quarter, it looked decidedly uninteresting. But the Dogs, to their credit, came back strongly in the second quarter when they kicked 5-5 to 4 points. And they made a game of it. We had a Donnybrook during that second quarter. No, early in the third quarter it was. And I think at that stage, Torrens just lost a little of their cool. The Dogs lifted their game, and they looked like they were going to take it away when they led 9-9 to 8-8 at three-quarter time. But a crackerjack last quarter with both teams changing leads. Tremendous football, bone-jarring football, and Graham Campbell, what a great finish to the game.
Well, how did David Darcy get on? What room was he going to go in after the game? We had to go into the Whitting coach's room.
He's going to share himself.
One moment he was going to the West Torrens room, next moment the Central District room, and West Torrens, well, marvellous for Paul Weston. I really feel for him. His first game as a lead coach, and he's got a 1 point victory. He must have collapsed in the stand a few times there, Ian, that last thrilling 10 minutes of football. Unbelievable, Peter.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I really like or love the way that both teams kept fighting. There was no give up on either side. And let's face it, if the game had gone another 30 seconds, the Dogs were running down.
Well, they would have.
You never know.
They got up.
They could have scored, and the 6,000 people here tonight, I think, had a ball.
They really got their money's worth.
Yeah, I think also, too, Graham, that when you see two sides like this make the commitment to the ball, like both those teams were doing in that last quarter, that's what football is all about.
It is really. It's a marvellous finish to a fantastic game, and 5 goals to John Roberts. Who would have believed that? Midway through the... Well, you know, 2 goals early in the game he got. Well, they didn't get a goal the second quarter, Torrens, of course, and he came back with 3 goals in the last half to pick up 5. Probably that was the match-winning effort.
David Darcy has now got the victorious coach, Paul Weston.
Paul, what a thriller. Congratulations. Gee, you must be excited.
Yes, I am, Dave. It's tremendous to have a first-up win, and gee, I think I'm going to get old if that's the start.
Yeah, coaching's a different thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah, my word. The boys worked very hard, and the most pleasing thing was the way they came back. You know, they started very well in the first quarter, but then Central's overran them for the next 2 virtually, and to come back against that wind was a tremendous fighting effort, and that shows real good stuff.
Your third quarter wasn't good. Central's kicked 4-4 into the breeze, and I felt for one at three-quarter time. I know Peter Marker didn't agree with me, but I felt that you were gone at three-quarter time. That shows tremendous fighting spirit, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, Peter Marker's an excellent judge.
Always has been, hasn't he?
That's right. No, it did. And as I said, that's the most pleasing aspect of our game tonight, was that everyone put in, and when it looked as if we were gone in that last quarter, they fought back. Centrals came back again and led, but to our lads' credit, they just wouldn't die.
The club lost Jeff Saru at the end of last season. Big responsibility now on the shoulders of Greg Hodgson. I thought he
Paul Manfley tonight.
Yes, he did a marvellous job, and I thought Derek Andrews, the young lad who he got off Sturt, did particularly well as well. And it's amazing what happens to a player when they are given a chance, and both lads took their chance tonight.
What about the feeling in the club, Paul, at the moment?
Oh well, it is. It's very,
I know
very
it's
good.
fantastic now, but the build-up that you've had.
It has been good, and I guess with any new coach, doesn't matter who he is, you're going to get this amount of enthusiasm, and now it's my job to maintain the consistency throughout the season and therefore keep the enthusiasm around the place.
When's Paul Weston going to don the Eagles jumper?
Well, I might be struggling to get a game. No, I'd say I'll probably miss another 2 games and look to play the last 2 Escort Cup games.
Well, Paul, a magnificent win, your first one as coach. Congratulations, fantastic effort.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thanks, Paul Weston. Now back to Peter Marker.
We've said it before, Paul Weston is probably the recruit of the year. We'll have more in a moment.